10 years in the Netherlands. Um, yeah, it's important moment for me because next month it will be 10 years that I live in Netherlands, and it's a moment that I need to review what I did and what I achieved and how I want to continue my life. Um, First of all, I need to say that the experience of living in the Netherlands, the starting point is so important. For example, it's so important to come to the Netherlands as a refugee or as an expat. For me, I came here as a refugee, and then I get a resident after 1 year, and then I couldn't travel only. Yeah, I can't. Okay, I could travel after resident inside Europe, but I couldn't travel out of Europe. So then after 5 6 years, between 5 and 6 years, I get the nationality from the Netherlands, and then after 6 years I felt as my experience as an expat. It's so important because refugee has a different process and limitations for many things, for housing, for traveling, for options that they have. I don't say that this is only negative, also positive. But then after 6 years, I felt I had the option to choose to live in the Netherlands or to continue, and I chose until now to stay in the Netherlands. So my experience in general, I would say it's really growth experience. It means that I really learned a lot. So when I get back to think about it, I feel I lived more than 10 years. Yeah, many things I would say about the Netherlands after 10 years. That, for example, the culture. What I like about the Netherlands is that one of these things is the culture. There are many people say in the YouTube that the tolerance in the Dutch culture is really something authentic and something original for Dutch culture. Tolerance toward other culture and nationalities and religions. But for me, what is important for tolerance in the Dutch culture is not about the tolerance to other cultures, but tolerance toward themselves and toward the culture of how you be imperfect and still continue in your daily life. I think this is the really Dutch way of thinking or living. I see, for example, me and many people coming from different countries, especially from Eastern countries, are more perfectionist, and they have a lot of this culture of blaming and shaming and really criticizing. Yeah, still Dutch people have it, but I see, for example, in the work, in the daily life, they are more taking action and they are more tolerant about their mistakes. I think this is the most important things about Dutch culture, as based on my experience. And also Dutch way of communication and questioning stuff. The Dutch people mostly are really curious about you and your culture and how you think and how you experience. And I would say they are curious about everything. So they are communicating that, and you can feel that how they are curious about the life, about everything, and that I think is really unique to the Dutch way of living. But I would say the negative things about living in the Netherlands, if I review my life in here, the individualistic culture of the Netherlands. I think this country is super individualistic. I mean, my experience as someone coming from Iran is different. Someone come from USA, for example. I watched many YouTubes, people, expat mostly coming from the USA. They describe the life here is really laid back and more slow pace living. But for me, it's totally opposite. For me, the living here was really fast-paced living, because my living in Iran was more slower pace. So for me, it was really faster pace of living in Netherlands. And yeah, but the individualistic part of it, I still didn't get used to it, even though I see many positive feature of it. Yeah, I'm coming from collective culture. I love the freedom that you have here. You can be yourself what you want, but in the same time, I think something missing. Like the collective culture also have many negative things, but the collective culture also providing something human need. Here in Netherlands, you don't have this, at least for someone coming to this country as not Dutch. Maybe the Dutch people they don't feel that, but I heard also many Dutch people have the same opinion about their culture, the individualistic part. And this individualistic part, so for you as a foreigner, when you come to this country, you feel a lot or a huge space of emptiness that you need to feel it. Because you go to work, you go to your vacation, you try to learn language, but still you have so big emptiness that you need to feel it. Maybe because you are not in your country, maybe this is same experience as many other expats in their countries, but at least this is a really real issue in the Netherlands, based on my experience. But yeah, what I want to do after 10 years, I don't know still. I think I am gonna stay for a while here in the Netherlands, but then I want also experience in other countries. But still, yeah, still I don't know. So let's see what gonna I do next years. Now I feel really I have a good life, like I have a decent job. I have almost done with my education, and I learned a lot. I'm still learning from the life here. So yeah, still I'm staying for a couple of years. So this is my review, at least what I remember now, or what I can say about my 10 years of living in the Netherlands. Yeah, that was, I think.